Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me now? Good now? My bad, y'all. You know what sucks is I just gave away the most important secret that I know of trading. You guys want me to tell you? You got to smash the like. It's the only way it's going to happen. How's everyone doing this morning? Could I get a bunch of eggplant emojis in this chat? Can you do that in here? I don't know if you can do that in here. That'd be great. I don't need likes. Just hit me with some eggplants this morning. Anyways, I don't know if we can do emojis in here. Let's see. Emotes. Oh, they do. Let's see if they have an eggplant. Oh, they do. Thank you. Where are you guys at? You're not going to oblige? All right. Let's see where we're at this morning. Boom. Eggplants. Thank you. Okay. Let's get straight into it. All right. We're on day 4 of this week. Are you guys enjoying this week so far? Oh, shit. Enough eggplants. I might come back next week for some more. That's a cucumber, Joe. I appreciate that, too. I think 69 likes and 69 more eggplants, and I might do this next week, too. Anyways, good morning, y'all. Where's everyone joining me from besides eggplant land? Y'all are ridiculous. Let's go. Okay. Okay, chat. Okay, chat. Let's go. Okay, chat. Let's get into it this morning. All right. We're still in the middle of Trump market for the next foreseeable future. We're going to have a lot of amazing stuff to trade. I don't care what you're trading. Okay. I don't care what you're trading. For those who know me, I specialize mainly in small cap plays. I've been dabbling in options and futures recently just to test the instruments out. I've traded futures. I've traded options in the past. But I'm just touching up on those, and I don't like to teach stuff that I don't know that well. So all you need to know about that is that I'm dabbling in them, and I'm I am putting the same process that I use for small caps into those. They're just different instruments. So that's that. Okay. Overall markets strong. Bitcoin. Ooh, Bitcoin. It wants to kiss 100 so bad. It wants to kiss 100 so bad. So just off the top, okay, just off the top, it makes me think, and probably should have just been swinging the whole time, but we've got Bitcoin plays. Mara's one, okay. They're actually lagging behind their highs from when Bitcoin went to 69,000, actually. Was it 69? On November 2021, what is this? November 2021, right? That was a fun year to trade. Yeah, see? November 21 to 69,000 there at that point in time. So we've got Mara. I know there was like, they had a bunch of stuff kind of fundamentally happen, and they weren't worth what they were at the time, but we are seeing them move still. 2263 gapping up now to 25s. Okay, I don't like to chase this stuff. In my opinion, there's a big chance. There's a big chance if this actually can go kiss 100, or if we get any more close, we might see some sort of panic. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. It's defied all odds recently. So we've had BTCT has been the main small cap one. Look at this. BTCT last week went 179 to 27. Right now it's at 18, and it's playing out all the different small cap patterns that we get on multi-day moves. A 3-day gapper this was. It went red on day 3, which becomes a pretty good short area. Okay. Another red day. It tried to go green on this day if you're looking for it. And listen, I'm going to get into daily chart analysis with you guys. I'm going to try to teach you as many lessons as I can. Detracts from the trading a little bit, but that's okay. So understand, I'm trying to teach you guys and get you into pre-market process and just process in general, understanding big picture on these things. BTCT, amazing move. I actually missed the move, and I don't chase these things once they've gone from 2 to even 5 or 7. I'm not touching them, generally speaking. Okay. It's just not the MO for me. But I did play BTCS from the low ones, and I took it to the 3s and 4s. So tremendous trade there. Here's BTCS. They're the main sympathy to BTCT, in my opinion. What's a sympathy? Stocks that move together. Okay. The best sympathy plays occur in a sector with a big macro. The Bitcoin sector is what exponentially grew my account in 2017. This stock right here, BTCS, is so nostalgic for me because I made over 6 figures on this. It grew my account like you've never seen. Okay. BTCS used to trade as a penny stock on the OTC market, sub 10 cents. And back during the first Bitcoin run, I took it from sub 10 cents to like $1 multiple times because they kept pumping it. Okay. Now they're a listed stock. They've been listed for a while. So it was fun kind of coming full circle and trading it again, and it's still being in play. Okay. So I'm not 100. So I'm a little sketched out. Okay. In other words, it's an amazing move on Bitcoin, but I'm not so sure that over the coming days, it's not going to have at least some sort of pull, right? And want to go test breakout levels. It has not done that, right? Little break and retest here. But generally speaking, with price action, these things do like to go test, especially if we're going to hit something like 100K. This is just my projection here. All right. Could be totally wrong. This could be at 120 on Monday. Okay. In which case, all these Bitcoin stocks will start to pop. So it's a risk reward thing. There's a lot of risk. There's some potential reward. We'll see what happens here. Okay. Are there any other tickers in the Bitcoin sector you guys want me to look at? By the way, I'm doing a free week of training. If y'all are just joining me this morning, you're like, why is he here on Thursday? I've been doing it all week. Go back through my channel, check out all the videos from this week. Okay, there's live videos. And then I've been doing live webinars at market close in my free Discord, 100% free. Okay, if you want to get into that ain't it. But there's a link down below. I'm sorry. There's a link in the description of the video to get into the free chat for the free trainings after hours. Okay. And for those who are in that program, obviously, yesterday's got interrupted by my daughter, and I've got a video lesson coming to you in a few hours for yesterday's topic. That's going to get into this afternoon's topic, which is strategies, setups, entries, exits, risk reward. It's a really, really, really important session that we're going to have after hours today. Okay. It will be made available for playback too. So, okay. What we're going to do, because we've got only 18 minutes to market open, okay, is look at today's ideas first, okay, that interest me. Let's start with top percent gainers. Let's get into the scanner fast, just so you guys can see. Here's the scan. Right now, I have nothing. I'm only scanning for $500,000 volume. That is all. Okay. That's all I'm scanning for. And we'll just kind of work our way through the top percent gainers. SPAI. Saw Carlos from chat nailed that from the 2s to the 4s, I want to say. Where'd you hit that from? Freaking fantastic. 3s to the 4s. SPAI, okay? AI is another sector that's going to be really hot going into 2025, my friends. It's going to be really hot going into 25. It's already hot right now, in my opinion. SPAI, nice little 2-day move here. And then now we're on a day 3 gapper, right? I'd say day 2 gapper. You can see it. That's just technically a day 3 gapper, I guess. Okay, it is. So gap up day 1, day 2. Whenever I get to my charts, guys, process. Let's work process. okay, which is you're going to get that. That's the video lesson, by the way, that you guys are going to get midday today. Okay, process. Scan, obviously, overall markets. I'm always thinking about small cap, what patterns are working, what aren't. Gap and crop reversals have been working very well recently. AI has been good. The quantum sector has been really good. Okay. Bitcoin sector has been really good. But ultimately, also, the pattern recently has not been that of unadulterated squeeze forever, right? It's not been like some of the markets we saw a few months ago where it's like just absolutely unadulterated squeeze all day. So it's an interesting mix in the markets right now. It's an interesting mix. But at the end of the day, if you can sell into the highs on these moves, if you can play reversals, sell into highs on these moves, you're ahead of the curve right now. Okay? If you're chasing through highs, you're in trouble. You're always going to be in trouble. And I always preach this. Okay? Let's go SPAI. We're on a day 3 gapper. Let's start on the daily. Because we're 3 days in, we can kind of work back. That's what I like to do. I'll go daily, 1 hour, right? You can see what's going on in these last 2 hours pre-market, okay? This makes it super dangerous just in my eyes to be playing. At the same time, we've now gone to 7 pre-market. This is likely to head to 10. Okay? In my opinion. It might have to pull first. Did that touch 7 officially there? The high 7. Okay. This is a pattern we've seen just this year with small cap companies, specifically low float ones, but the ones that go from 2 to 7, technically intraday, I like to see that. Intraday and pre-market for the 10 push. But the idea here on SPAI, and it is setting up for it in my opinion too still. It's a more dangerous pattern, this one, because of, well, how extended it is. Okay. By the way, if you're one of my wolves in Discord and you're talking to me in Discord, I am using the YouTube chat this morning. Okay. It's like pure gasoline. Oh, I love it, you guys. 60% of the time, this pattern works every time. Okay. The idea for me on something like this is to try to get a pullback towards the 5s. Okay. And then sell back into highs and then hopefully get a breakout towards the 10s. That is the MO on this pattern. So it's a very powerful pattern, but it's also dangerous because the entry that you're taking is also up 100% already. Understood? In this case, it will be up less than that, but I look at it like this, basically, right? Sorry. This 5 area, I would consider, okay? You might also just see something like this consolidation area hold up this morning in terms of a morning dip or something like that. So this more risky than this, right? And this more risky than like a gap and crap reversal that's up 40% and then pulled back. Does that make sense, y'all? Please smash the like. It's here's how I look at this. Here's an analogy. When I'm trading like a normal gap and crap reversal, the cool part about that, since so much margin for error and I'm buying so low, with so much potential upside that it's like, who knows what a slack line is? You guys know like tightrope walking, dangerous, especially if it's really, really high. Well, a slack line you can do like on the beach. So you're just right off the ground. Or imagine a tightrope, but you're 1 foot off the ground so you can practice. Or you're okay if you fall off. That's like the majority of my trades. That is the feel of them. These sorts of setups, okay, I treat differently. I treat like I'm tightrope walking, but between 2 buildings, 2 skyscrapers, right? That's what this is to me. So I treat it as such. Size-wise, for me, I have to control something like this. And then this is even higher, right? If for some reason, I don't know. If for some reason, like I pass out and fall over or something happens, I got to walk away for the day. Is my entry somewhere acceptable if I come back tomorrow? Right? generally speaking, here and here, the answer is no. Does that make sense? Let me know, chat. So from a risk perspective, heightened awareness, even heightened a bit, like if I'm going to trade, I don't want this level necessarily. I could very much see in this market a level like this holding up and then it pops, okay, on a multi-day. Remember, this is now pre-market highs. We're going to have shorts definitely here at 6.9, 690. Okay. Natural resistance level, of course. Right? So this is a short area for sure too, which means it can squeeze, all those good things. But I, generally speaking, like to see this pattern shake at least to 6 or sub 6 myself. 550. I'm sorry. This would be last gasp. This 550 level here as well is a number that you'll also see hold on this pattern. So there's this area here, you could say, that if I'm short, I should be covering into. And that is the premise behind the trade. Where do all the shorts start to cover? The volume is drastic enough. It's 20 million, 130 in dollar volume this morning. Okay. So ideally, this 550 range and kind of a 5 risk, so the size wouldn't be big. Not necessarily. It's going to depend on price action too and how all this shakes out this morning. Okay. So that's SPAI. Any questions on that? It's been happening all year long, all year. Here's CTV. What's that? That looks like acquisition or some shit. Yep. Media Ocean to acquire. Sorry, y'all. I'm just going through my scan right now for you guys, okay? And this is Media Ocean to acquire Innovid. All right. That's funny. Anytime, I mean, it had a little bit of price action, but when a stock is acquired, they move to that price, generally speaking, in flatline. The market will get it to where it needs to be. And that's the whole point of small cap, by the way, and stocks, specifically stocks. And why there is edge there is because oftentimes there is a lag or something, or things happen in between the markets figuring out the right price. Does that make sense? Big cap stocks, the overall markets generally price themselves very quickly, guys. When earnings come out, even before earnings, most of the time, big cap stocks have done a lot of pricing, okay? With small cap, it's not that. That is why, for me, that lag in time, there is edge there. Does that make sense? Same with sympathy plays and sector momentum. That's why it's so brilliant, because a stock like BTCT moves and let's look. Actually, we're side by side right now, so perfect. You guys got charts, good. BTCT. Here's your hourly of BTCT. Here's the 24th. Here's the start of their move. Here's BTCS. Let's get their hourly and compare them, right? Here's the 11th of November, this day on BTCS. Watch. Sorry, and we got to get into other tickers before the market opens too, actually. We got plenty of time. Okay. 11th. Okay. Here's the 11th on BTCT, right? The hourly chart doesn't do it justice because it's too big of a time frame for you to see the lag, is what I'm trying to show you. Okay, look at this. BTCT's move, 15 minutes, 30 minutes into the day. It went from 4 to 520, halted up, and then straight up to 7. While this one was still sitting around sub 2, just kind of grinding in a 15-cent range. I bought it here. Does that make sense? This was here, BTCT this day. It was already spiking. I bought this right here. There was a lag there. It hadn't gone. BTCS had not gone yet. but it was starting to creep up, and BTCT was already rocketing. And on the flip side, when BTCT would panic, BTCS takes a few minutes to kind of settle in and for people to go back and panic over there. Some people aren't even watching BTCT and trading BTCS and don't even know what's happening. You know what I mean? So anyways, it's a very, very, very powerful situation where I'm not playing checkers with y'all. I'm playing chess. Okay. Scenarios like this can feel like checkers though. Very simple. Okay. BTCT ran. This is gearing. I bought some. It fucking ran. Okay. I sold some of BTCS here because my son was home from school. So I went to go take him into baseball to go do some work, came back, and it had spiked on me to 450 and dropped back to the threes. So I took off a fifth there and held. And then I took off the rest of it the next day up in here in the fours. So fantastic trade. And I got to hold that because guess what BTC did? CT was doing the next day. Went to the 20s. Right? Look at this. Sympathy plays. Those are different charts, but they might as well be the same, right? But there's a lag between them. Super, super, super important lesson. Super important. If you don't know this, now you know. And it's as powerful of a situation within small cap as you can find. How do you find the sympathy play tickers? They pop up on the scan. I've been tracking them for 10 years. So I've got a master list that we make available to the people in the pack. We're actually going to make it available to the free members too this week. So you're going to get access to that site, which we try to update. That alone, I could charge a lot for, even though it's nothing proprietary or anything. It's just my personal list and the list of my students, but okay. Let's get into the plays again. Only 5 minutes till market open at the moment. 5 minutes till market open. Plans potentially a dip buy for me on SPAI. It's already kind of pulling back a little bit off its high of 7. Higher lows on the 1 minute, but I want to see that. I'd rather have some weakness, and I'd honestly rather buy the SubView app if I could. And even so, it is, again, a riskier pattern than most of my other patterns. It's one of the riskier ideas for me in terms of if the trade goes south and I can't control it, or if there's a huge panic and halt, something like that. Okay. No 100% gainers on my scan this morning. That's a divergence from the last few weeks. SPY's gapping up. What's Tesla doing? Gapping up. Tesla's going to be going to 400 plus soon. That's going to be a good one, boys and girls, for the future. What are you guys watching? Holler some tickers. I'll start going over your tickers that you want me to see. All I've got really is a potential push to 10 on SPAI. Risky, but potential. What's the PR there? They had one this morning, or they didn't? They did. They entered into a multi-year MOU with a U.S. government prime contractor focused on U.S., European, and NATO contracts. QUBT. Okay, let's start hitting some of these tickers because we've only got 3 minutes. QUBT's in the midst of a sector momentum move too, in my opinion, and the leader of the small cap portion of it. Okay. 430, are they breaking out? Okay. Wow. Awesome. They're 470s actually the breakout level, but they are trying to go breakout right now, potentially QUBT. Only problem with this for me is I don't trade breakouts. I just don't. This is something where I would have had to be long first green day here. Even though yesterday was almost a first green day, it gapped up. I think it pulled with markets first yesterday and whatnot. So first gap up day after this run was actually yesterday. So what do I do with this? I'm not going to do anything with this, but if maybe QBTS, I'll watch it. If it rips and rockets, QBTS would be a decent sympathy play. Okay. Like, how does he know these? I traded these. I have a lot of experience. I've been doing this a long time. And I traded these last year and the year before. That's why. So QBTS, QUBT, right, is the leader. We got RGTI. I like this one too. Now, these are really bigger floats and beaten up. They're not going to go like straight to the moon today. QBTS, RGTA, these would be much more swing ideas for me. In fact, I've been looking and thinking about building some longer term positions in some of these. That being said, my experience with doing that last year was that they're super dilutive and they're just as much of a piece of shit company as the rest of the small cap stuff we trade. Okay. So I'm still not going to treat it like Microsoft. In other words, like it's just swing ideas and sell into highs, like sell into the twos and just like anything else. Okay. If that changes and we get longer term trends and stuff like that on quantum, or there's big news there, then yeah, I'll change my mentality. CDT, see some of you mentioning CDT. This is a bottom bouncer. That's what I categorize them, specifically 10 cents and below, right? 12 cents and below. It's a bottom bouncer. It just gapped up to 15. Okay. What were our other bottom bouncers from this week? There were a few. What was the one from Monday? Tuesday? Let me know in chat, please. CDT, yeah, it's got a decent look for a morning spike, in my opinion. I saw this a little bit earlier. Okay. Right. I don't know if you can see that. Idea would be sell into the 16s, sell into 18s. Where is... Market's open. Let's go. I'll throw that in there. Okay. ARQQ. Thank you, Luke. Yep. ARQQ is also quantum. Correct. Also quantum. Sorry, just going to double box this for now so I can keep eyes better. I'm watching CDT. When you guys hear me get quiet, it's because I'm watching price action. I don't like to talk when I'm watching price action and tape. What's works on? Usually their earnings or something when I see them. Potential reversal on CDT already. The way it broke down and held 13 for me. I wouldn't want to chase works personally. That's a morning spike, so I don't chase that, right? Oh, what is SPAI doing? Holy shit. See that? All right. Straight halt down on SPAI, straight into the 550s. Wow. Okay. New lows right now in CDT. I'm just being patient, just kind of... Generally speaking, if it's going to trap, it's going to trap pretty quick when I'm watching lows break down on charts, okay? When I'm looking for reversals, I start watching tape, and then oftentimes that turn can be, it's more of a palpable turn, I guess you could say. You'll see volume come in, and then it won't just linger, right? Not like CDT's doing so far. It's not a really tough breakdown. And again, on day ones particularly, and why I've adjusted a lot this year to bigger picture patterns and swing ideas even, is this concept, right? I actually like this. I think that I think SPAI is still intact. The only thing is, generally speaking, it likes to generally speaking get over 7. I don't know about the kiss of 7 on this one, but we'll see. 550. I'll be watching what SPAI does on the unhalt. Okay. Works, I ignore. It's not a big deal. Here's pre-market high, right? Here's like, there's a few levels up in there of support now. There's a market low here. It's already too risk and reward. It's already up there. Right? You see this? Bad entries. Bad, worst. All of this is bad. Bad. Good. Anytime you can be taking profits. Oh. Sorry. I missed it. I stopped watching it for a second. So much volume. It's what has me attracted right now to CDT. What else we got? Market pulling right now. Thank you, brother. Good to know. Damn. Back to high a day already. Which is okay. It's still well off its highs, but I missed the reversal there, the early reversal at least. Right? So who struggles with the decimals and the I keep it simple, like, you know, because it's only 2 cents, right? Well, how can you got to size up shares? That's the whole point. Even with a small account you get to, and these things can still move. That's why I love these cheap ones. This is a Billy entry, but it's not like pre-market high Billy entry. So this is way different. If I were to want some shares and be Billy, these are the areas where it's way more acceptable to me. I'd still rather be taking profits right now, though. And that's the way I look at this. You know, I was on the hunt for the reversal. I looked away. Reversal happens. This is already price target 1 for me on this pattern, you guys. Right? So it is what it is. Look at that. Damn. Price target 2. It's getting 2 right now. Then price target 3 gets up into, for me, like 19 cents. And then we get up into the 20s, pre-market highs. Okay. Really nice gap and crap reversal there. right? Really nice. Damn, should have snagged some right when I said whoop, because I saw it. Why I said whoop was because that was that palpable, like volume came in. Yeah, palpable. Where's the volume on here? This candle, right? Beautiful little turn there, right? And the idea is take profits, mitigate risk, margin for error that we keep talking about, right? Anyone get some of that? Nat got 5K, 0.132. Holy shit. Awesome entry. Awesome, right? This is the whole point of this, okay? The whole point is like other people were even chasing it, and you can be taking profits already, and you know, you're up a decent percentage gain already on a 13-cent stock when it goes to 15 cents, you guys. Understand the magic of the small math here, of the math behind the small cap stocks, especially with small accounts, okay? Especially with small accounts. I can take 10,000 shares for $1,000. In this case, $1,500. I can get 10,000 shares. If it moves 5 cents, I make $500. If it moves down 5 cents, I lose $500. Don't forget that too, right? That's why I don't chase when it goes from 10 to 15 cents, because it's already up 50%. Okay. That being said, damn, man, it's all good. That was the one trade I wanted for my small account trading this morning. 10K shares, right? 20K shares, 30K shares on a 8K account for me. And then it moves, you get 3 cents, you make $1,000 or more at times. That's the whole point of the lower price stocks. And I can get less, and I do get oftentimes less than 1 penny of risk on said shares, which is crazy. Amazing RR. Okay. And it's something that you can do over and over and over again. And when I'm wrong, it does not matter. I talk about this all the time. My losers are the easiest fucking trades. They're the shortest trades and the easiest. I get stopped out. It doesn't work. When it works, I got to go to work, man. I got to go cash my checks at each individual spot. That's why I try to size out. I try to get some shares as far as I freaking can. That's the whole point of the system. Okay. Gap down on SPAI straight to 5. Straight to 5. This is, so to me, okay, even though it's getting to areas that I wanted to trade earlier, that's fine. Like, I could trade it here. I kind of want to. I kind of want to slap a few shares. The nature in which it got there is bothering me a little bit, just a little bit. But if I'm short, I'm definitely covering some into this. Like, you did it, right? So I am watching this area. 5 would probably be my ultimate risk here. Again, it's still set okay. It still looks okay. Where's the daily level on this? Oops. Right? Yesterday's high is 360. There's a way to go for this to panic too. All-time high is 488, which it's trying to hold this 5 level. So we'll see if 5 holds it. It can still push and do some things, or it may be one of the times it doesn't work. Right? Anyways, CDT pool back towards low a day. If I want to buy it and I have FOMO, you have to wait for this. And this is more acceptable than buying through high a day. Does that make sense? It can higher low. In other words, if there are shorts, they can cover into lows and all that good stuff. Works halted up. Okay. Now they're going to. Okay, Billy's in. Just remember, If you're one of my wolves right now, or if you're in here and you're feeling some sort of way about Works and you want to buy it right now, to each their own. I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'll never tell you what to do. That's Billy, right? It's the worst entry in all of small cap trading is right there, right? Just halt it up. Or didn't. They're fake halting it. Let's see where Works halt level is. SPAI breaking down more. Let's see if they can hold. This is kind of like last gasp level for me. If this is stocks, first of all, this will bounce. So from a price action perspective, SPAI will bounce. But from a setup perspective, it's price action. It's random price action if I'm trying to trade a bounce on SPAI at this point. It's not a pattern anymore, right? If that makes sense. In other words, this to me is kind of what catching a falling knife looks like. And not like controlled dip buying. These are unhalt. This is like a market open every time this unhalts, you guys. So the psychology and everything gets a little bit jacked up. That being said, it looks like a little bit of a burner. Potentially a little 5-hold still. I'm not trading it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. For 60s, for 50s. It will bounce. Who knows where? That's what I mean. All the rest, all the trades I like are controlled. It goes to where I want it to go to, the way I want it to go there, and then I trade it, right? The fact that it's unhalting into levels, then unhalting and gapping down into levels, yes, it's going to bounce. Probably going to bounce violently at some point. But it's not a setup for me, personally. Sorry, let me get in the chat too. Works also. Setups down here, it's not up here. This is the fruit of good entries and patience and sizing out, most importantly. If you traded this right, you bought the dip, you had some maybe even pre-market on the dip, you sold some into pre-market, or I'm sorry, some into VWAP, you sold some into pre-market highs. This is just my system, right? And to Billy, where Billy is, right? The second that goes there, this is the trading psychology right now on this ticker, right? This is what, I mean, that's what happens right there every time, right? And then you talk about your trading psychology sucking when it pulls really hard. Well, yeah, of course. Okay. This one, I hope it gaps and rips. Sometimes they work. But the whole point is when they work, this person, right? This person, the morning person, the gap and crap reversal person, generally speaking, right? Is, depending on entry, 10 to 1 on their money at this point, right? Even more of a nailed entry, okay? So you tell me what's better, that or this? You tell me when you look at that chart where this is going to go and what's a better entry and a better idea from a risk reward standpoint. Do I play the pullbacks ever? No. I did. And if I do play a breakout, which I don't remember the last one I've played, I will add some on the retrace how I used to play them. Problem is, where are you risking? You tell me. What's a good risk level there? If you're buying here. That's the problem. What's the good risk level? Where's it going to hold where is it going to hold with decent probability that it even tries to hold? Where do you risk? Someone give me a number. If you're buying, someone give me a number right now in chat. If you're buying a breakout of 222 right now, and this is the chart, let's go. 1 minute chart. And you just bought it. Where's your risk? $2. 180 buy to risk 173. No, I'm not talking about that though. Thank you. Yes, beautiful. I don't mind that at all. Zero diamond hands, baby. That's the right answer. That is the answer I was looking for. God, there's one brilliant person here at least. Here's SPAI's balance. It's already bounced 50 cents a share now, right there off 460. I don't see one risk. Okay, you guys have some risk levels for me. 2. Okay, let's check 2's risk level out and context of where this buy is. Less than 1-to-1 risk reward. Look what just happened. Even there. Probably get new highs on this one, but. Okay. There's a 2 risk on this trade if you bought through the breakout here, essentially. Okay. 215 to 220. Okay, you could use that. Totally arbitrary though. Easily stopped out there, right? Nothing specifically that's going to keep you from being stopped out at 215. 99% of the time on this setup, you're going to be stopped out there. Okay. In fact, you just got extremely close right there already to 219 or whatever. 220. If you use 220, yeah. I mean, you're very close to being stopped out already. Attaboy, Michael. Good stuff. Do I think was a bad buy on CDT? Bought at 23 cents, sold it at 15 cents. What do you think? Let's see. Yes. That's terrible. That's on CDT. It didn't even go to 23 cents. Maybe he meant 0.135 and sold it at 0.153. I think that's what you meant. And if that's the case, yeah, way better. Nothing wrong with that. I go, dang, they sold you shares at a price they didn't even trade at today? Okay. Works. Nice hold so far. Billy's feeling good, and people have dip bought, right? Nice. Cool part about Works for me is that it's just not necessarily that extended, right? This move wasn't like a huge extended move necessarily. But at the same time, I don't care. I root for Billy, and once in a while, Billy makes it out alive. Okay? But Billy probably already sold too. Okay, let's get into some other stuff here. Yeah, I trade momentum too, actually. I don't mind. I don't mind trading momentum, but I'm still trying to position myself ahead of the rest of the people trading the momentum. Okay. This is the best book. This is the best first chapter of any book. Let me rephrase this, okay? Some of it you guys will find kind of boring. I liked the whole book. This book was sitting on that shelf for the first 5 years of my trading career, okay? I got it at a dollar store, like at one of those little old lady bookstores, okay? Because my mom likes them. She has friends who own little bookstores here or back in my homeland. And I was on a flight a few years ago, and I'm like, I need something to read. I've not read this one yet, so I put it in my bag, and I started reading it on the plane. And it was like someone had written a chapter about my trading exactly, detailing it in one chapter, how I feel about trading. The Billionaire Secret, chapter 1. Buy when everyone else, this is, I mean, the top of it. Okay. I've marked this thing up. I mean, it's like, it is a special book to me, especially this chapter. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read the entire chapter, not right now, but as a YouTube video, just that chapter. I'm going to read it for you so you can just listen to it while you're working or whatever else you guys have in life. It'll be kind of like an audio, because it's such an amazing, amazing chapter of what it takes. And this is investing, but it's the same. Trading is no different than investing. It's just on a way smaller time frame to me. Okay. At first, I didn't see that at first. It took me literally half a decade to see this, which is the same thing that makes investors successful long-term, make us successful short-term. Okay. So if you're one of these people like I was, who are like, that doesn't apply. Warren Buffett's shit doesn't apply to me because I'm a day trader. Fuck Warren Buffett and his ideas. Right? Oh, he says, buy when others are fearful and sell when others are greedy. That's how you make money. But he's an investor. Fuck that guy. Nope. He's exactly right. But we get to do that on a minute time frame and 15-minute time frame. We get to do that in 30 minutes. I get to buy the fear in 30 minutes. This is the whole point. Okay. 10% a year is good for them. 10% in 10 minutes is normal for us. But it's in 10 minutes, right? For him, they're playing the same game, just on a bigger time frame, right? They're averaging into stocks as they're weak. They're getting good prices on them. Warren Buffett is not buying breakouts. Hedge funds aren't fucking buying breakouts, guys, on big cap stocks and shit. Promise. Okay? Here's the first line of this book, sorry, and then we'll get back to it. It's just a quote. Buy when everyone else is selling, and hold until everyone else is buying. This is more than just a catchy slogan. It is the very essence of successful investment. J. Paul Getty, How to Be Rich, in his book, How to Be Rich. He owned a business empire that had 200 companies. Getty Oil, his fortune was worth an estimated $3 billion back in the day, right? Early on, he discovered what I call the billionaire secret. If you want to make money, the big money, do what nobody else is doing. Find niches that nobody else is filling, right? Break from the sheep. That's what I wrote here, right? Think for yourself. Contrary thinking is the art of thinking for yourself against pressures from the crowd. The contrary investor, like J. Paul Getty, buys assets that others are rushing to sell and sells assets that others are clamoring to buy. He isn't trying to be ornery or eccentric. He merely recognizes that if nobody wants something, it's likely to be cheap. If everybody wants it, it's likely to be dear. Contrary thinking is probably the simplest, sanest, and most reliable technique that has ever been devised to buy low and sell high for maximum profit. Smash the like, please. Smash the like for The Billionaire Secret, Richard E. Band's book, Contrary Investing, which hopefully I'll help him sell some copies of. Okay? You can apply this strategy and idea to any investment market, from stocks to bonds to precious metals and commodities, foreign currencies, real estate, collectibles, you name it. Rolexes, sports cards, cars, right? I'm not going to read the rest of it. We'll get back to trading. But smash the like. I'm going to read this entire chapter for you guys. I'm going to narrate the entire chapter for you guys today. And it's going to go on YouTube today. All right? Only if I get a bunch of eggplants one more time. It just turns me on. Makes me feel happy in some sort of way. Okay. such a good book. But really, it's the first chapter that holds most of the juice in this one. The rest, they get into case studies, okay? They get into the case studies, some of the different markets, the different bubbles. I mean, it's worth reading. It's definitely worth reading. You get a lot of history. They talk about different stock market crashes, you know, crash of 29, some of the other ones as well. Groupthink, currencies, presidential elections, you name it. There's a bunch of good stuff in here, okay? But the first chapter I am going to read for you because it's so good, okay? My wife is from Iraq and makes some great eggplant. Nice. Nice. Okay. SPAI shook out all levels. If I would have tried at any level, would have shook me out. And the fact that it just was halting down into the levels is just kind of what killed it for me, I guess you could say, this morning. That was a decent bounce, right? Again, random price action now at this point. There are no levels I'd be playing off of. Maybe it'll set up and reverse later. The only really key level here on this chart right now is like back in the 4s. Okay. I'm sorry, the 3s. What is the name of the book? Sorry. The name of the book is The Insider's Guide to Buying Low and Selling High. Contrary Investing is what it's called, by Richard E. Band. It was written, when was this written? Long ass time ago. I can tell you by looking at his picture, it's, hey. Got that? You can get it if you want. I'm going to read it to you. You can listen to it before you go to sleep every night. Play it for your kids. So good. $1985, before I was born. Just before, year before me, I was born. So I'm sorry. I'm going to do this right now really fast. If you're trading, keep trading. Contrary thinking works in any market because human nature is the same everywhere. Most people are followers. They are not leaders. In the marketplace, they wait to buy until they see other people buying, a la breakouts. And they wait to sell until they see other people selling when it panics. Who's stuck in that? Most people, 90-something% of traders. Sound like a funny statistic, right? Kind of has something common with other statistics about trading and 90%, huh? Most people are followers. They're not leaders. In the marketplace, they wait to buy until they see other people buying, and then they sell when other people are selling. As a result, most people buy after prices have already risen and sell after prices have already fallen. Some investment analysts, so-called technical analysis and analysts, this is an old book, right? There used to be this whole technical analysis was kind of frowned upon, and there still is a fraction, right, between people who think fundamentals are more important than technicals. I think it's all important. So it's funny, some of the language in this you can tell is dated, but it's still the same. By chasing the crowd, The typical investor loses profits at both ends. He buys too high and sells too low. On the other hand, if you learn to recognize the extremes of crowd psychology, okay? Billy, oh no. You think Billy's feeling good? You know what the crowd psychology, we just gotta hit you with it again, because it just is what it is, right? This is the crowd psychology right now, here, again. Except Billy's sad. That's what happens up there. This is why I preach what I preach, that you sell there, okay? On the other hand, if you can learn to recognize the extremes of crowd psychology, you can go against the crowd when signs of a manic top or panic bottom appear. Of course, I don't promise that you will always hit the exact top or bottom. Statistically, it's not possible. He's right. But with a strategy, you can buy closer to the bottom or sell closer to the top. In short, you can capture a larger share of the profits to be made from any significant market move. Someone smash a like for this chapter. I'll hit you the rest of it. I'd love to just read it to you now, but I'm not going to. That's how good this chapter is, though, for me. It solidified what I have figured out, and it took 5 years to get there. And then when I read it, it solidified it for me a couple years ago. LFG Arsenal. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What is QUBT doing? Nice. Put this book down. These are big floats and a pain in the ass, and I know I'm going to have to swing pretty much more than a day trade. Let's check out our top percent gainers again. And then we are going to check out. I got a lot of calls. I got one-on-one calls. If y'all want to get on the one-on-one schedule, we're still 3 people now for 2025, for the first quarter at least. Black Friday, we're doing that through next Friday. Okay, we're doing that through next Friday for you guys. Right there. Sorry, 1 second. It's also down below if you need, but... And then if you use coupon code until next Friday, Black Friday 24, it's our biggest sale we ever do. Ever. It's 40% off everything, okay? If you want one-on-one mentorship, so many of you have been asking about that. Here's the booking page if you want to get booked. If you're in the Discord, you can also DM me there. But this is the best way to get... an interview, because I am doing one-on-one mentorship, and we opened up a few more spots. Okay. If you are, sorry, chill out, Billy. If you want to be part of this afternoon's webinar, and then tomorrow afternoon's free trader therapy, and yes, tomorrow afternoon's free webinar, and then get access to free watch lists and stuff like that, you can, sorry, 1 second. You can scan that QR code right there. Or join down below. All the links are down below. All right. So there's that. We're running it. Yes. And yeah. Yeah, the code's good. It's not the first month. It's all, if you're monthly, it's you have it for all the months. Okay. Right there. Yeah, Buffett's the man. How can you not have respect for that guy, personally? I just didn't respect, I didn't think I needed to, like, I read his autobiography, or a couple of different books, like Buffett books and stuff like that. But it wasn't under the lens of, like, it was actually before I even started trading, you know? So, and it wasn't even under the lens of, of like trading. So once I started trading, I didn't think about it. I'm like, oh, well, he's an investor and that's not trading. And I'm not an investor because that's what I was taught. That's what I was told. It's not the same. It's exactly the same. If you look at it the same, it's going to help you a lot. Put it that way, right? If you're long-term investing, are you just like buying the highs? No, you're dollar cost averaging in and doing some other shit. You know, you have strategies and stuff like that. But yeah, it's for membership. The free membership's free. There's no credit cards or anything. Just get in the free pack if you want. Okay. The membership is I trade live every single day, right? Monday through Friday, I do a webinar basically like this. Usually my trading's a lot more active, but live trade, every entry, everything you see, right? I don't believe in alerts. People send them out and then people chase them. And by the time you get them, moves already happen and then all the things happen. So I much prefer to just trade every day live and let you see, like, for example, CDT. Okay. And if I find that I can't get entries and I'm trading things that students are abusing, then I don't. But for example, like when I trade, it's, sorry, 1 second. Either way, it all pops up for you live as opposed to this is what I did and I send you messages about it. Is Trading Alpha Guide like the day trading guide but newer? It is the sequel to that, and it is dropping this week. Okay, if anyone got the pre-sale a while ago, it is going to be leaking out this week. Finally, we got that together. It is the updated version, yes. Okay. Very structured. A to Z. All the setups, all the ideas. You know? Okay. Let's see what else we got today. Some people ask about like VWAP holds and stuff. I don't play that either. I don't trade VWAP, y'all. The only thing VWAP ends up being is a target and a gauge if I'm buying it high or not. If I'm buying over VWAP, I'm generally buying high. What they're saying in this book, if it's over VWAP, I'm like mathematically, I am not in the minority anymore. Does that make sense if I'm buying there? And I really try to look at all that. Is HCB dead to you because it didn't hold one? Yes. It's and because they did that frickin' offering, man, you know, really at the end of the day. And do I think it's going to bounce pretty big at some point? It could. I think it could. But okay, just an important distinction as well. Third day surge, if it doesn't happen in the morning, right? And certainly by midday, I like to take it off and assume that it's not going to. Right? Even if it does it in the afternoon, which has happened to me at times. So yesterday, for example, we could come in and I'll show you exactly. Yesterday, got some here, sold some here or whatever, took the rest off here. I think that's what it looked like. Was that yesterday? Yeah. So it wouldn't quite grow green for me. I sold some here. I'm sorry. Right? Bought some, sold some. Took the rest off here. It was a small break even there on the bottom. So I agree. Nothing, something. Smash the like, my friends. I've been here all week. I've been spending like 4 hours a week, a day this week, trying to help you guys for free. Free. I'm dropping knowledge for free right now that you can't pay for. Unless you pay me, but I'm serious that you just won't find. People don't talk about it. People don't know about it. They just teach you how to trade breakouts and bullshit. And because they teach you that, they're literally teaching you to be dumped on your face, right in your face, on your face, to your face. And you pay them. And then they teach you how to have someone just shit on you. you know? What do people mean when they say they've been caught in an offering? I thought they had to be disclosed beforehand. It is all disclosed, but what they mean is that they announced an offering while they were in that stock and it dropped. They don't have to announce like the price or anything. They do, but they'll announce the price and then the offering occurs afterwards. But the price goes to where they announce it's going to go to. Does that make sense? Every day, Robert. Every fucking day. The whole point for me, okay, most programs, you're going to get someone who's going to trade once a week for you, maybe one or two people, right? And anyone can fucking pretend, like, trade well for one day a week, or pretend to, you know, like, have rules and stick to them. And what happens the other 4 days of the week? That's the big part. I show my students the struggles, and they're real, even for very, very successful traders. The ones who don't seem to struggle are lying. Okay? That's why I show them literally how my trading ebbs and flows through the markets and through life events and everything else in between. So they get to see me suck. They get to see the mistakes. They get to see when I'm fat fingering trades on accident, because I literally, like, you guys on YouTube are seeing this, but when I go live for my people, I will pull up my actual platform and they watch me execute the trades, as opposed to this, which is like, okay, if I want to execute HCWB, right, I'll go to, on my small account, which this is linked to right now, I can go HCWB and put my orders in, and if I buy it, it'll pop up here. But what they see is the actual, just my actual Weeble as I'm moving my mouse around and hitting my hotkeys and stuff like that. So it's so much more, because the executions are so much more beyond setups, guys, and patterns, which don't really mean anything at the end of the day. I promise you they don't mean anything. It's not, profitability does not lie in the patterns and setups. Anyone can learn what patterns and setups they are, and people will treat it and will try to market it like it's the be all end all, and this just works every day. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And that's what I try to show you, you know, the ebbs and flows, how when my trading sucks, I get it back to good sometimes within a week. And then what I like to do is, if there's any good learning moments about sector, if markets get crazy, I just go a lot. Like, we just inundate you with as much as we can. Okay. ARQQ. There's another one, by the way. That's quantum. Damn. I don't want to chase. Keep coming back to QBTS. I feel like an RGTI that haven't quite ran. SPAI shook out all the way, guys. All right. Works is under VWAP now. So let's go back to that question from earlier, because the RR question in real time is very important. And then you want to go back and review your ideas. Okay. Like, if you were one of these people where I'm like, okay, someone give me risk for this fucking intraday breakout on Works right now. I needed someone to give me a risk level. Okay. At that time, the high was 250 because it was halted at 250. Right? We're going to see what happens to this chart at the end of the day, and we'll see, right? I hate breakouts, guys, especially just an intraday breakout. They're the dumbest. Intraday breakouts are dumb. They're dumb. They're the worst. What do I think about Investors Underground? Nate trades whole day in front of everybody. I love Nate. What a dude. I think he's, is he still doing that? What a beast. What an absolute beast that guy is. What a crazy beast. I love Nate. I actually learned a lot from Nate early on, believe it or not. From Tandem Trader and fuck, what was the other one? Shit, I forget what it was, but I learned so much from his videos early on. What about Madass? Dude's got big huevos. Big huevos, a bit of a risk issue, but he's made more than me. He's a beast. I got nothing wrong with him. I wouldn't personally try to replicate his trading. I think it's very risky style, obviously. I think he has issues with risk reward that if he got under control, holy shit, I think he'd be unstoppable, personally. So I'm a fan of Madass. I just, maybe he's a masochist or something. I don't know. He also gets a lot of love from like the big losses. So maybe for him, it's also marketing and like he doesn't care that much. Maybe. I don't know. I've never really spoken to him about it. I haven't really spoken to him about it, but I like him. I like his transparency and his appetite for risk. And I just feel like he just needs to get control of that risk management a little bit. And holy shit, like I said, I think he's very talented. If you have a small account, 5K investment underground isn't, investors underground isn't for you. Yeah, I'm not, and I've never been in their chat or anything anyways. It was just, I liked Nate's trading style and his knowledge early on. And then I've got to spend some time with him now, like at his house in Maine, and he's a good guy. Yeah, freaking super duper nice guy. Madass needs a family and kids that will cool him down. I agree, dude. Maybe. He doesn't need to cool down. That's the whole. I don't think he needs to cool down. He just had. There are probably just a few tweaks, probably a few setups that he could just avoid. You know, I know he likes to trade halts and shit like that. You know, which can get really hectic, and he shorts and longs and does all the things, and teach their own. He's a badass. He just has risk issues, but he also has big win days too. So I don't know. Any questions? Anything else we got going on? We're meeting at 4 p.m. Eastern in the Discord, in the free Discord, okay? Which there's a link down below. We're doing the free program all week. Everything's going to be in there. Who mentored the short bear? Legend has it. Legend has it that he's Jesse Livermore's bastard son. Yeah. He froze some sperm a long time ago and before he killed himself. Actually, a lot of people, right? He's one of those guys who, when I started, he was like 15 years old or some shit, or 13 when I started trading, by the way. That's when he started. Yes, he is. Agreed with Clutch. Quail. Quail's a beast. I'd go watch his stuff. I like Quail. I know you're a fan of buying the dip, but what about my investing club first bounce? I don't personally wouldn't trust short sellers' long strategies. Buying a dip off the short squeeze over high a day is the same to me as buying high a day. I'm still selling to you there. I'm selling to them there too, I guess. I like MIC too. I like Alex, I like Bao. I'm a fan. Got no problem with them, what they teach. But for longs, I pretty much stick to what I know. And I only know because the shorts, here's an example, right? Like I'll watch short sellers, including the MIC people, say you don't buy under VWAP, right? Motherfucker, you're selling over VWAP, right? Are you short selling under VWAP then if I'm supposed to buy over VWAP, buddy? Does that make sense? At least in my eyes. Ducks is awesome. Love Ducks. For short sell information, hard to replicate what he does. Hard to replicate. Hard to replicate. Most beasts are unknown. Agreed. I'll agree with that. I'm sure there are huge unknown whales doing their thing. I've got one in my chat. Unknown. None of you know him. He's done 10 mil this year. Plus. I got other cats who have done a mil this year. Unknown. Don't want to teach. Well, want to teach. Are going to start helping teach a little bit in my room, but don't want to be on social media. They don't want the pressure of being public. They don't want anything. And they're fucking badasses, so. Johnny. Can't concur with that one, unfortunately. How much for ZJ? If you have to ask, you can't afford it, buddy. I trade support levels to resistance levels and do well for myself. I'm sure you do, man. Actually, I will agree with that. Is a comment that makes sense to me for sure. 100%. There is something to be said about anonymity. I fucking agree. A big part of me would love to disappear and just trade every day by myself and not have to worry about anything. A big part of me. And that might happen one day. How do you balance getting in at support price versus waiting for confirmation with volume and your entry being a little higher? Okay. If I need confirmation, my RR gets worse. It is what it is. Okay? The more confirmation I get, what's confirmation? What do you need for confirmation, right? A higher low, so it's higher. A little spike, little bit of buying volume, it's higher. Right? So all I'm always trying to do, all I'm ever trying to do is balance that between that line. I'm trying to balance between that line of getting confirmation and being too fucking late. Especially with reversals that I trade and the way I like to go about RR. In other words, like I find my low. Let's go to PRFX from Monday. I think it was. Smash a like if you're enjoying these extended sessions, you guys. Can I get an eggplant raid one more time? If I get 69 eggplants right now, 69, I'm going to extend this masterclass series to next Tuesday. But I need 69 eggplant emojis in the chat right now. I only see one. I might even just end it. Yeah, I'm just going to end this webinar, I guess. Let's go. Okay. Okay. You know, it's like energy. I see the eggplants. It gives me energy. Thank you, guys. Yum, 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 yum. I'm so gay. I'm sorry. All right. I definitely win the award for gayest trader, probably. Am I allowed to say that? I think I am. Gayest trading father of four. That's so many. That was so many. Those were bananas, George, but I like bananas. Is that a baguette? Is that a French? Is that a French roll, Nat? Okay. Pure FX, right? Let's balance this really fast. A few more concepts. I think I said I had to go a few minutes ago, so. In other words, when I'm watching confirmation and we're watching levels like we were on PRFX here, right? Here, did everything you want, shook out to the level you want, and now you're watching because that's what happened yesterday and you're engaged for a few minutes, right? Okay, so the confirmation I need to see happens in two ways. One is the tape, okay? Volume, tape start to come in. Something like this candle right here, right? Would be volume coming in technically. By the time that confirmation's there, it's halted up on this setup. In other words, you got 30 seconds when that starts to happen. Does that make sense? The more, so like, in other words, the levels I'm playing at, the way I like to see them shake out, I don't necessarily want or need to see confirmation. Does that make sense? It's shaken to the levels I want already. It's already shaken out. I'm not chasing it, right? It's not. So in other words, it is the price action when it gets to the levels I like. I'm watching, and then both through discretion, experience, and then watching tape, I put my chips on the table there. I have no problem with it. Okay. If you're always looking for confirmation, you're RR, because what happens, like, sorry, that's a fib. Oops. Here's what happens. Okay, because forget all that, right? Forget all that. This is what we're looking at when we're trading it, okay? Sorry. Hey, what just happened? That was not supposed to. There we go. Sorry, here was market open yesterday, right? Here's that key level that we were watching, right? Here's market open. Here's high day. Okay. The more confirmation I get, right? Here's lows. And if I've identified lows, and this is that level that we were talking about, 370, let's say 370 risk. The more confirmation I have, watch this little number right here. That's RR, right? If I risk $1 and it gets to that target, I'm either risking $1 or I can make 12. That's awesome, right? That is the magic that we're trying to accomplish here. But as I get confirmation, look what confirmation does, right? So in essence, it's decrease. The more confirmation I get, the less the trade ends up being great at the end of the day, the less range. Can it end up being, and am I saying that I'm always trading without confirmation? No. I don't mind seeing higher lows and other stuff as well. It's going to be market dependent, case by case as well, right? Like maybe for some of you, this was confirmation and now you're buying a higher low. Okay. Like the fact that it did that. For me, when it does that, I should have been taking some profits already. And then I get to sit through this. That's the way I trade, right? It's more so buy, scale out, sell here, buy patience into these levels, and then see how far I can take the next set of shares if it's going to go further. That's what I do. All right. So to answer your question, confirmation's a double-edged sword. Okay. As is everything that we deal with. The more confirmation I get, the less reward, the more risk. The less confirmation I have, generally speaking, less probability of it working out all the time. So that's what you have to balance. Do you mind being stopped out and having smaller probabilities but better risk reward per trade? Would you rather be more accurate per trade? I can tell you that just if for me, the reason I trade like this is because confirmation for me does not necessarily equate to my trading results being better or more accurate. That's from my experience. The confirmation for me is actually oftentimes going to lead to a new low. Does that make sense? Like the confirmation was actually where I was supposed to be taking profits and protecting what was about to happen. Does that make sense? Risk management, my friends. Risk management. That's the game. Manage risk. The rest will come to you. This shit, I promise. You manage risk, you're going to have so many trades that you're like, what the hell? That was so easy and awesome. Because of exactly what I just read to you guys a few minutes ago. You can't buy high and be a contrarian. You can't buy low and sell high if you buy high. In fact, if you buy high, there's only two things that you can do. Sell higher or sell lower. Right? If you're buying high. Okay. Here's this person again. Let's I guess we just have to all right, back in timeout, buddy. Last chance. Is that person in my pack? They gotta go. Whoever the hell that is. Okay. Do I add to a winning trade? No. Nope. Some people like it. I hate it. Why? So like if I'm adding to this, for example, I get low a day risk. It goes, I add on lower highs. I go add on lower highs. Well, this is what happens to my entry as that happens, guys. Right? Like if I'm buying up here, that my average comes up, my risk reward gets worse. The RR in those trades, like just the way I context trade, the way I context it, contextualize it for myself to keep moving forward is I just sell in a strength, selling a strength, selling a strength. Okay. The more I'm buying, like, and I understand that there are so many concepts, and it's something I could probably work on in the future too, from a sizing perspective. But no, I don't. I don't like doing it. When I try it, I get jacked up. All right. Any questions? We're going to wrap up. I got some stuff to do. We got a lot of stuff to do. Okay. Got video lessons to get you today. We've got webinar at market close today in the free chat. Again, links are down below. Black Friday sales going through next Friday. It's the cheapest price for the best service in the game for small cap longs, especially. What? Oh, PRFX did their split, right? I told you they would too. This was trading at $1 or whatever the other day, remember? They did their split today. Talked about it. And look what happened. They dropped from 4 to 3. I was trying to warn you guys. That's what's going to happen, right? I told you they're not going to not do the split because they were holding $1. They did the split. It did what I said it would do. Okay? Which is drop. This is now on my radar again. Let's talk really quick and then we're going to jam, okay? Okay. Any questions? gotta roll. So no breakouts. How do I know about the trade? Price patterns, $1 hold. So no breakouts. How do you know about the trade? Price patterns, $1 hold. Show up at 4 p.m. this afternoon in the free chat, and that is what we're going through. Setups, strategies, risk reward, entries, exits, specifically. Right at the close today. Vote free. Okay? The free chat. It's free. Get in. How much is a month mentorship? The monthly is $250 a month, but right now it's 40% off till Friday, and that counts for every month of your membership. Okay, and that comes with 7 to 10 webinars a week right now. Live trading webinars, power hour prep webinars, trader therapy on Friday afternoons for everybody, where I get up, I talk about my week, I go through my trading psychology, anything that needs to change. And then I let you guys get up on stage one at a time for a few minutes. And if you have something that you're struggling with from a psychology standpoint, I try to help you with that. We are doing it together for free. You'll get to experience one of those this Friday if you're in the free chat this Friday. Tomorrow. Okay? It is the most value-packed service and one of the best chats in terms of the people and what I've turned it into. It is one of the first Discord chats there ever was, because I started using it when it was just gamers on the platform, way before COVID, right? It's a special place that I've been building for a decade. I've been building this room for a decade into exactly what I want it to be, without marketing, without anything. It's a small, tight-knit group of traders that have been trading between 10 years and new now. But I go live every day. It is, if you take the most expensive programs in the stock trading space, if you take all the most expensive programs in the stock trading space, it is a tenth of the price and 10x value for what it is. I'm not kidding you. That's not me. I'm not selling. It just is the truth. Okay? Don't believe me? Try it out. You hate it? Leave. All right? I do one-on-one sessions, yes. But that's a separate mentorship. It is very, I don't do that one at a time I don't do it one at a time, like one session. No. I work with students until they get profitable or not. In that program, it's a one-time mentorship fee, and then I'm with you until you get off my schedule because you're profitable. Which the only reason we're signing people up is because I have had a massive drop off on my schedule over the last month or so of students who are profitable, self-sufficient, and then are jumping back on my schedule on an as-needed basis at this point. So it's badass. Okay? Yeah, it's one-on-one. I literally go through their trades, all of their trades, every single time, try to help them really, at the end of the day, maximize their God-given abilities, not try to put them into some sort of box. Okay? So jump on the schedule. Get in the free chat, okay? Watch this week's body of work so far. Go back to the YouTubes from this week. There's so much information. I'm uploading yesterday's Q&A on YouTube right now. Yeah, one-on-one is also as part of the Black Friday sale. But and the only way to get into it is an interview with me, because I'm being selective on who I'm working with. It's a lot of time and effort and energy, and I form a personal relationship with you, and I don't take it lightly. Have zero experience on trading. Would my program help me? If you have zero experience, it will not just help you, it's going to save you probably 2 or 3 years of beating your head up against the wall. I don't do a one-on-one. I mentioned. You're either my one-on-one student, my inner circle one-on-one student for life, or you're not. Here is the link for that if you guys want. Here's the link to get an interview. Okay. Right in chat for you. What else? Any other questions? If not, we are wrapping up. I am going to catch you guys and gals in a few hours. Okay? I'm going to catch you in a few hours in the free chat for a very, very important webinar this afternoon. Super, super important webinar. Okay? Do I do mentorship for small cap short sellers? My favorite people to work with, some of my favorite people to work with are short sellers. And some of the best results I've had have been former short sellers and current and people who are still shorting, because it pretty much goes hand in hand with short selling strategies, if you think about it. And I actually have a lot of short sell students who tell me that they're literally in my room to keep themselves safe and not blow up to the short side, and that it's helped to give them edge as a short seller. So yeah, I love working with short sellers. My favorite. Okay. All right, my friends. If you enjoy this, please give me some fire emojis or some eggplants or cucumbers or anything long and, you know, hard. And smash the like, subscribe, get into the free chat, use the Black Friday sale if you want, get into the one-on-one mentorship. The goal here is to help as many of you as possible going into 2025 as possible, change your fucking lives, right? Help you do this for yourself at the end of the day. Whether you end up with me, whether you don't, hopefully all of you are going to be better at trading because of this. Okay. If you didn't get anything out of it, that's okay too. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching me today. Thanks for participating and feeding me eggplants in the chat. I've got to love that. Get into the free chat, get into the paid servers. Let's go. All right, let's kick ass. Want a bunch more wolves going into 2025. So I'll be talking to a lot of you today. Talk to a lot of you going forward. To this afternoon, 4 Eastern, in the main stock stage in the free chat. Tomorrow morning will be the last session here on YouTube. Okay. Oh, that's not true. You guys hit me this morning, didn't you? I'm probably doing this into next Tuesday then. All right. So I'm going to see you every day. Today, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. All right, everyone. Hells yes. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you. Y'all have an amazing day. Stay safe. And I'll catch you in a few hours. Peace.